So here we are at our Essendon job. We've finished our Dincel walls, as we can see here. So they've now been core filled and filled with concrete all the way around. These are the steps for bay windows and the alfresco that's sitting out at this side here. The purpose of this video is really to show you the magnitude of structural steel that can go into a job like this. Because the basement is so big, timber floors just do not span the distance required. So the engineers will often specify large volumes of steel to support both the 2 floors above and the actual floor itself, and some of the brickwork as well. So in here, this has been prepared now, ready for carpenters to start in the new year. And each one of these steel beams, they're probably at the larger end of the spectrum for residential construction, but each one of these will serve a purpose for picking up weight or loads from the floors above and transferring them down to the slab below. So this is almost nearing the completion of the basement, or when this floor goes in, we'll call the lid. It's gone onto the basement, and then from that point onwards we'll be moving towards conventional construction, where we'll be standing frames and doing brick veneer walls and what you see mostly on most houses in the suburbs. So again, just a quick update. It will give you more updates in the new year when we actually start the framing. But up until then, any questions you may have regarding basements, dual occupancy or custom homes, feel free to visit our website www.renmarkhomes.com.au. Thank you and see you again. Good afternoon, guys. Here we are at our Essendon job. Just before Christmas, we were showed you the structural steel going in or being placed. We're back here today after a nice long break, and we can just now start to see the boys dropping the floor joists in. So this is what we call capping the basement. So that's our carpenter over there working on the alfresco at the moment, and these floor joists are actually going to go right through and connect up in between all these beams to give somewhere for the sheet flooring to actually attach itself to. And once that is in, we basically have the basement complete, and standard framing will take place above as a normal home. Just looking down into the basement now, this is part of the customer's storeroom and man cave and theatre room. So that's all framed as per normal standard framing practices. And then come the floor, and then we'll go up the 2 levels above here. This area here is just being prepared now for the joist, which will be, as you can see over there, we bolted in to these timber beams which have been laminated to the steel, and that'll create the cap which finishes the basement. You can also see with a big basement like this, you can see there's one piece of steel here which needs to span that the whole length or width of the basement, because obviously parking cars in here, we can't have any posts in the middle here to support these. So this is a very, very big piece of steel which runs all the way through, and the only bit of support really is just this column here. So the rest of the weight of the house on this steel beam is being picked up by these external walls which are full of concrete, and these walls here full of concrete, this one here, and that pretty much sums up what we call the subfloor. So the next time we call out here, we'll be starting to frame up our ground floor, and we'll start to see the house actually coming out of the ground. So till next time, if you need any help, www.renmarkhomes.com.au. More than happy to assist with any custom home builds that you may require, or dual occupancy. Thank you, and see you next time. Okay, we're here back at our Essendon job, and this is the final stage in the basement. So we've now put the lid on, so to speak. So this is a chipboard floor. So previously we showed you the joists and and the steel beams. Now this is the timber going on, and the boys are now cutting all their studs and marking out all their walls, and we are now basically back to standard 2-story construction. So from this point onwards, it'll be a far easier build, and that's pretty much the end of this series going on basements. If we go downstairs, just walk along this cap beam wall here, and just show you the flooring underneath. So this is the driveway. So this is the finished subfloor. So there's all your pre-made joists, steel beams, and you can hear the boys walking above. And this is basically now the finished. Oh, this is basically the garage. We'll eventually put plaster on top of this, and it's going to be your finished ceiling. And then this is part of the dwelling here. So the stairs over there, and this is the customer's man cave here, cellar, storeroom or gymnasium, I think they've got it called up as, and a small toilet downstairs here as well. So that's it, guys. That's one form of basement construction from start to finish. Shortly we'll just update the Mooney Ponds job, which is actually working on suspended concrete, which is a totally different system altogether, and we'll show you how that works, which is basically formwork and concrete, so it's more solid, and that'll give you the 2 forms of basement construction. Apart from that, if you need any assistance, feel free to contact Renmark Homes, www.renmarkhomes.com.au. You're experts in custom home building. Thank you.